look. He didn't tell me he didn't want to encounter.
Yes, he did.
Okay, so don't
So Mansur,
So
you're
now,
either scared.
come here. These are
private space of anyone, you know?
They have to follow it. Look.
You went up to
Firstly,
them. You went up to them. Did you not?
Look, do you know what happened?
Do you know what happened? He went up to the Christians.
A dog
then when
follows
I
you. A dog
followed
follows
him.
you. Let no dog follow me right now. Let no dog. Wait. Let no dog follow us right now. Let no dog follow me right now. Can I say something? Let no dog follow me right now. Right. Now he got the message. Okay. So, you see, this is, I think, it's a time for celebration. You know why? Because people recognize Islam is making sense. And the moment you're having a discussion with Islam, they want to wreck that discussion. They want to prevent the discussion taking place by creating all this heckling. This heckling is a disruption mechanism in Speaker's Corner where people don't want any kind of discussion to take place between, say, some individuals. They've come to disrupt it, to stop it, prevent it, and so on and so forth, right? So, it seems like the Christians are recognizing that Islam is making sense to people and people are becoming Muslims. The only way they can stop this is by this very low class, unacceptable way of trying to disrupt the conversation people are having. Because they are suffering what is known as the inferiority complex. Okay? They claim and they boast that they know everything and they can really dismantle the claims of Islam and so on. I asked him a simple question. He's not willing to answer. And then start saying what? I am not going to cast. What did he say? No. Cast my gems to the swine. Something along this line. My pearls to the swine. So he calls me a pig, swine. So I asked him a simple question. At the end. Is a pig a disgusting animal? Because that's what he calls me. Disgusting. Then the question to all the Christians is, why do you then consume it? Why do you eat it? If according to you it's disgusting, why do you eat it? In Islam, God gives us certain dietary laws. Right? What does Islam say about what food to consume, what to eat and what not to eat?
So, there are certain things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prohibited, and swine is one of them, and because it's filthy.
What does Allah say about firstly? Do we eat halalan?
Tayyiba.
Tayyiba. What does it mean?
Something which is allowable and good, both.
Yeah, something that is pure, something that is good. So, in our Islamic dietary system, God is offering us to eat something that is good for us.
My hand is cold.
Right? And He's asking us to avoid
Filthy stuff, and something which is bad for our health.
obviously something that is not going to be good for us, but for us.
Yes.
So those of you really, even on this very injunctions of Islam, it should really make you think. Look at how Islam wants us to even live our life by. Live our life by eating something that is good and avoiding that is something bad. So dead meat, blood, carrion, anything that is like with claws and so on and so forth, strangled animals and so on. Because none of these things are good for us, right? So Islam is making sense even by the insult it's giving me. It's actually proving that Islam is true at the same time. So this really shows the very last clutching with the straw. This is where it has become for the Christian community in Speaker's Corner. Okay? If you want to preach Christianity, Speaker's Corner, you have the right to do so. But to feel that your religion is inferior, Islam is winning, why do you feel that way? Is the question that we should be asking. You should take that question to your pastors, to your rabbis, to your priests, and ask them, why is Islam making sense to people? Forbidden to you are carrion, blood, and swine, and what is slaughtered in the name of any other than God, Allah. What is killed by strangling, beating, a fall, or by being gored to death. What is partly eaten by a predator unless you slaughter it, of course, beforehand. And what is sacrificed on altars. You're also forbidden to draw lots for your decisions on arrowing and so on. So Islam gives you all of these categories of dietary restrictions for our own good. So the point being here, just to make it short and simple, those people who are not Muslims yet, I think it's high time that you ask yourself why you're not one of the Muslims. Jesus was a Muslim, so was Abraham and Moses, so was David and Solomon. All the prophets were Muslims. And you might be wondering, what does it mean they were Muslims? A Muslim is simple, an individual, someone who surrenders and submits their will to the will of
Allah.
one true God. And all of the prophets and messengers did so. So why aren't you a Muslim is a question that you need to ask yourself. Because if you find that answer that you don't have anything convincing as a response, then in the day of judgment you will have no excuse for not being a Muslim, not being like Jesus Christ, not being like Abraham, not being like Moses, not being like David and Solomon, Jacob and their children and so on. So what we urge you is to use your critical thinking and submit to your Lord, your Creator. Stop worshipping the creation. Stop worshipping Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Stop worshipping Moses the Prophet. Stop worshipping Abraham. Stop worshipping Jesus Christ. Stop worshipping Noah. You're wondering, no one worships Noah and Moses and Abraham? Yeah, of course. What if some people did worship them? You'll be outraged. You think, how can you worship a prophet of God? Ask yourself the same question then.
In the time of Nuh alayhi salam, the idolatry started with worshipping man, and these people were good at that time. But exaggeration of love can take you out of the fold, and then you will not know where the lane is.
And you worship
You
a
will
prophet
worship
of God
God, exactly.
instead. So why do you worship a prophet of God? That's the question that you as Christians who are watching should ask.
Yeah.
And for those Muslims who are watching, please make dua for us. Subscribe to Dawawise, the English channel, as well as Arabic, Bangla and Nusantara. Okay? We need you to take our messages forward. So those of you rather who haven't subscribed to Dawawise in any of our channels in those languages, please do so. It's not that you just listen to us in other channels. It's important that Dawawise itself, the message is then taken, because not every videos that you watch elsewhere is also in Dawawise, or not all videos in Dawawise is also elsewhere. We have unique videos in Dawawise, so we invite you to subscribe and follow our Facebook pages, like in Bangla. Those who are Bengalis who are watching, Bengali bhai, আপনারে কইয়ার, জিও আপনারে কইয়ার, আপনাকে বলতেছি আমি, আমাদের বাংলা লাইভ স্ট্রিম হয় প্রতি শনিবারে, ওইখানে আপনারা আসবেন, আমাদের লাইভ স্ট্রিমে আপনারা যুক্ত হতে পারেন। আমাদের ইউটিউব চ্যানেল আছে বাংলা, ওইখানে বাংলা ভিডিওগুলো এগুলো কি হয়, ডাবিং না, সাবটাইটেল হয় বাংলাতে, ওইগুলো আপনারা দেখতে পারেন। আমাদের ফেসবুক পেজ আছে ওইখানে বাংলাতে, ওইগুলোতে ফলো দেন। হ্যাঁ, ইনশাআল্লাহ আগামী শনিবারে আপনাদের সঙ্গে দেখা হবে যারা আপনারা বাঙালি। And for those, the rest of the world, just keep us in your dua so that Allah makes us sincere and patient and increases us in our knowledge. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
جزاك الله خير.
Is there any more?
No, hopefully not.
Yes.